What's up, everyone? All right, so here we are, Thursday morning, and I'm locking up another green day. Now, today, for a change, I just went green. I didn't go red today. If you recall, last Friday, and then again Tuesday, and again Wednesday, I went into the red before having to spend most of the morning digging myself out of the hole to come in just above green on the P&L. And it's kind of exhausting and frustrating to do that. So on each of those 3 days, so 3 out of the last 5 days, I went red before going green. And on those 3 days, my first trade dropped me into the red. So today, as I sat down, I was like, go slow, be really careful on that first trade, because I don't want to do that again today. I don't want to spend the whole morning digging myself out of the hole. I'd rather not trade at all than do that. And so I actually thought today was going to be a no trade day. I sat down early and there were no trades. Top of the hour, bottom of the hour, top of the hour. We'd come up to 9:15. I'm still sitting there like, nothing's moving. And then we had SSY. It hits the scanner, high day momentum scanner. Now, I had already looked at it earlier because it was on the gap scanner. It was actually our leading gapper this morning, up 30%. But when I sat down earlier, it was on the scan. It just wasn't a big gapper. It was at like 192, 193, something like that. So I saw it and I was like, oh, okay, interesting, but it wasn't really moving at the time. It was just on the scan, so I kind of looked at the next one. But then a little bit past 9, when it hit the high day momentum scanner, that told me it was moving up right at that moment. I pulled it up, it was at $2, half dollar, whole dollar level. I jumped in, we got the breakthrough 2 and a squeeze up to 225, 230, 235. So we ended up getting some nice trades and I locked up some profit on it, which was great. And then I took that profit cushion to roll in to the next trade on DRUG. And that's the one we'll be breaking down during the recap. All right, so I hope you guys hit the thumbs up. I hope you're subscribed to the channel and I'll see you back at it first thing tomorrow morning. All right, see you in the morning. All right, well, I'm gonna finish today about halfway to the daily goal, $2,304.89. Profits on DRUG, profits on SSY, both small gains, relatively speaking, but you know, another green day, it's good. As I had said yesterday, at this point, 3 out of the last 5 days, I've gone into the red before rallying back into the green. Monday was just solid green, and today, Thursday, just solid green. Not that it's big gains today, but I didn't go into the red before, rallying back into the green. So that's better. But today I almost didn't think I was going to take any trades. As I sat down around 8 a.m. and at that point, our leading gapper was only 28%. We had VACC on the scan. This one was gapping up a bit, but was selling off already. We had snow, but that's high priced, higher float. We had KAVL. That one's below the 200 moving average on the daily. Float's a little higher. And we had SSY, which was like, at that time, it was around this area of 92. So between 8 and 9, I just kind of kept waiting. News at top of the hour, bottom of the hour, and we didn't really get anything, which was a little disappointing. Hang on one second. So I didn't end up taking any trades until this first trade here. And on SSY, this one hit our high day momentum scanner at $2. And I looked at it and of course immediately recognized it because I had already seen it on the scans earlier today. And I jumped in for the break of 2. I don't know what I got filled at, maybe 205 or something, 210. We got to move up to 215, 220, and a squeeze up to 234. I booked some profit on that move, small gains. First trade was $200. Second trade was, again, a couple $100. Small trades, but I made a little bit on it. We had a double top at 234. It pulled back, and although I did a dip trade off of VWAP down here, it didn't end up holding VWAP and has pulled back more. So it was worth a shot. It did hit the high day Momo scanners. It had some momentum, but it was short-lived. I sort of thought we would have the same problem with DRUG, where this one, given the fact that it's on like day 5 or 6 of being kind of a momentum stock, that it's overdone. But I went ahead and took a trade on it at the open for the break of 250. I was like, all right, I'll give it a shot. I got in actually at 244. And that was this first 1 minute candle to make a new high right here. So that was my entry. And, you know, son of a gun, that ended up giving us a nice move here up to 260, pulled back, then up to 270 to 293 high, 293 there. Then it comes up a little higher, goes up to 3. But of course, I traded it with smaller size. I didn't have much of a cushion on the day. SSY had already been sort of choppy, you know, having been red on 3 out of the last 5 days, including today. Of course, I wasn't red today, but if you include today as the 5th day, I just didn't think that I had a good shot at having a great day. So I trade conservatively, 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 share positions. I think at one point maybe I scaled up to 5,000 or 6,000, but I really didn't trade big, and I took profits quickly. And so although I sacrificed any potential for a home run, I was able to lock up a base hit, and you know, chasing the high on drug paid off for me today. Usually they say you should say no to drugs, but today I said yes, 2nd day in a row, and I can't help but feel like it was the right decision. So sitting here with $2,304.89, it's a green day. The hot streak is continuing. I still feel like I'm due for a red day, but at the same time, I've had, you know, like I said, 3 out of the last 5 days were fairly choppy. All of them were close calls for being red days, but I was able to finish in the green. So I think perhaps part of that has been because I've been trading generally with smaller share size. So I haven't gone too deep into the red. You know, I've gone at, well, I guess last Friday I went down 6,000. That was quite a bit. But the other days was like 1,700 or 2,500. So it wasn't so far in the red that I didn't think I could rally back. Perhaps on another day where I wasn't trying to maintain a hot streak or whatever, I might have just thrown in the towel down 1,500 or something like that, and said, I'm just not feeling it. But on those 2 days where I was red, I felt like, you know, it's still early, and I think I have a good shot at being able to get myself back to green. So, you know, I kept digging out a little bit, but you do want to be careful on revenge trading after a loss, because that can work until it doesn't, and then you can end up digging the hole much deeper. But of course, when you start with small size, you do give yourself the ability, well, you're with small size, you're reducing how big the drawdown will likely be if you catch a loss, which means it should be fairly easy, relatively speaking, to recover those losses. And so maybe that will keep me maintaining this green streak a little bit longer. But on the other hand, I might not be able to have too many, you know, home run, big green days if I keep trading with small size, because, you know, I'm limiting my upside a little bit. So I'll have to think about that. But at the same time, my metrics have shown that it's been paying off. This has been the best month so far of the year, and it's August. That's not typically, I don't know if that's ever been, I don't think it's ever been my best month of the year. Typically, it's not a great month. It's summer, you know, end of summer. Usually we've got a lot of traders that just aren't here. They're on vacation, traveling, this and that. But, you know, this year has been pretty good. And part of that has been because I've been more disciplined. I've been trying to keep a tight leash on losers, cut the losses quickly, trading with smaller share size. So I'm going to try to keep it up. And maybe I am sacrificing some of the home runs, but my metrics seem to be telling me that this is, that I should keep trading like this. So I don't know. We'll see. I will for a bit longer. If we start to get some really good action, some really good momentum, then you will probably start seeing me taking 15, 25,000 shares on my first trades, looking for 30, 40 cent moves and locking up 8 to 10,000, in the first 5 minutes of sitting down trading. When the market starts to offer that type of consistency, those types of opportunities, I will definitely want to try to take advantage of them. But we just haven't been seeing as much of that right now. So smaller size still feels like it's the right way. And today, it's like really not a lot of gains on SSY or DRUG, but at the same time, days like this, 10 of these in a row, it's $23,000, right? I mean, these days add up for sure. And the inverse of being really aggressive and then being down $5,000, each one of those days cuts out, a good chunk of where you could have been on the month if you hadn't gotten a little too reckless, a little too aggressive. And those red days add up just the same. So anyways, this is kind of where I'm at here. I was fully prepared to not trade today since it was 9 a.m. and there wasn't any news. And then SSY popped up and I was like, okay, all right, I'll give it a shot. So then I had a small cushion and used that to trade DRUG and got myself up to a high of about 2,400, and then gave back like 150 on my last trade on DRUG. And at that point I said, all right, you know what? I think this is good enough for me today, and I'll live to trade another day. I'll be back at it tomorrow. Finish off the week, hopefully with another green day. Even if it's a small green day like today, 1,000 to 2,000 is fine, right? So that's the game plan. This week I've only hit my daily goal once. It was on Monday, but I've been green all 4 days so far. But I did go red on Tuesday before recovering, and I went red again yesterday before recovering. So that's something that I was definitely aware of sitting down this morning, that had been, that I did not want to spend this entire morning digging myself out of the hole like I did the last 2 days. So I took it slower, and that was the right move. So I think I'll probably do the same tomorrow since today wasn't that exciting. All right, so that's the game plan for me. That's my recap. Reminder, as always, trading is risky and my results are not typical. So make sure you take it slow, practice in a simulator, and when you start trading real money, start with small size, ease into it. Okay, that's it for me. I'll see you guys back at it tomorrow morning. I hope you really enjoyed that video, and make sure you hit the thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Our goal is to hit 1 million subscribers this year, but we won't get there without your help. So please, please, please hit that subscribe button.